So today we're diving into a complete blueprint for bringing AI education to middle school. We're talking about a structured 8-week pilot program that really gives educators a clear path forward for tackling this huge, important challenge. Let's get into it.
This is the big question, right? With AI changing practically everything, how do we get our students ready for a world that's going to be completely powered by this technology? How do we move them past just using AI to, genuinely understanding it? And look, answering that question takes more than just some cool ideas. It really demands a clear, actionable plan. And that's exactly what this pilot program is, a comprehensive blueprint to bring real, structured AI literacy right into the classroom. So let's take a closer look at the program itself. What we have here is an 8-week pilot, and it's designed specifically for that sweet spot, grades 4 through 8. The whole idea is that it's a turnkey curriculum, totally hands-on and ready to be implemented.
But, any great program really hinges on the teachers, right? So a huge piece of this blueprint is empowering the educators. It's all about giving them the support and confidence they need before day one even rolls around.
So how do we support the teachers? Well, it's this really clear 3-part professional development path. First, they get a solid introduction to AI's role in education in general. Then we get super practical and show them exactly how to use the curriculum and the tools. And finally, we dig into strategies for assessment and keeping kids hooked. This way, teachers are absolutely ready from the get-go.
Okay, so once the teachers are prepped and ready, what about the kids? Let's talk about the student's journey. This 8-week program is designed to be super active and hands-on. It's all about taking students on this path, from just understanding the concept of AI all the way to actually creating with it. This whole journey is broken down into 4 easy-to-digest 2-week chunks. Think of it like building blocks. We start with the foundations, then we explore how AI is used in the real world. From there, we get our hands dirty and start building stuff, and it all culminates in a final capstone project. This progression is totally intentional. It builds knowledge step by step for a really deep understanding.
So in those first couple of weeks, it's all about making AI real. Students start by pointing out the AI in the apps and games they're already using every single day. Then they get to train a simple AI model themselves. This approach totally demystifies the technology and makes this abstract idea feel really tangible and accessible right away.
From there, we broaden the scope to see how AI is showing up everywhere, in fields like healthcare, art, even transportation. And here's where it gets really interesting. A key activity is a case study where they actually debate the ethical decisions of a self-driving car. This pushes them into some serious critical thinking that goes way beyond just the tech.
All right, weeks 5 and 6. This is where we shift gears from understanding AI to actually building with it. Students get to use some really beginner-friendly tools to design and build their own simple chatbot. And the best part? The project is centered on solving a real problem at their school, which connects their learning directly to their world.
And then we get to the final stretch. This is where we zoom out and talk about the big picture, the societal impact of AI, everything from bias and algorithms to the future of jobs. It all leads up to their capstone project, where they pull everything they've learned together to design an AI solution for a community problem they actually care about. It gives them a real sense of purpose and agency. So what's the secret sauce here? What's the philosophy driving all this? It's super simple. Active creation over passive learning. Every single time. The whole curriculum is designed around the idea that students learn best when they're actively doing and making, not just sitting back and listening.
And to make that happen, every single lesson follows this really cool 4-part cycle. It's a loop. First, they learn a new concept from the teacher. Then they explore real-world examples of it. After that, they create something hands-on. And finally, they share their work with their classmates and get feedback. This cycle just reinforces the knowledge at every single stage.
And this slide, this really hits home the difference, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the old way, watching videos, reading articles, memorizing stuff. It's passive. On our side, it's all about doing, building models, designing solutions, debating ethics, actually training an AI. This shift from just consuming information to actively creating with it is absolutely crucial for the future.
Okay, so I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but how do we know it's actually working? That's a totally fair question. And for any school district, knowing the impact is essential. So this program comes with a really robust evaluation framework and a super clear set of deliverables.
The evaluation really stands on 3 big pillars.
First, we look at student projects, not just if they're done, but we're measuring creativity and true mastery of the concepts. Second, we gather systematic feedback from teachers to see how easy the curriculum is to use and how engaged the students are. And third, we track district-level metrics, like learning outcomes and whether the program is ready to scale up.
So, when a district adopts this program, they're not just getting a few ideas. They're getting the whole shebang, a complete package ready to roll. That means all 3 professional development modules for teachers, all 16 lesson plans and project templates, a guide for putting on an awesome student showcase, and the full evaluation toolkit with all the surveys and rubrics you need.
And, all of this, it brings us to one last really big question. What happens when we raise a generation that can not only use AI, but can build with it responsibly? Because an education like this, it's about so much more than tech skills. It's about empowering kids to be thoughtful, ethical creators who can actively and responsibly shape the future for the better.